What's up, guys? CTR6 here, and we're gonna do a moto vlog today. Let's see. Just got done changing Roxy's oil, so now we're gonna go for a little ride through Oceanside and see what all we can see. Hope you guys are just as excited for this vlog as I am, because this is the first time I've been able to do 2 vlogs back-to-back days. And I could definitely use this. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, guys. So to start off this vlog, I'm gonna answer a couple questions that I've been getting through YouTube and Facebook. One of which was, what does CTR6 stand for? And it's really simple. Basically, CT is my initials, and I ride an R6. Yeah. Like I said, it's really fucking simple. Couldn't think of really anything catchy or anything like that. So, I just kind of did what, the first thing that came to mind. And yeah, that was CTR6. Y'all know my name is Chris. I'm not going to tell you guys my last name, but I'm sure most of you will figure it out eventually. And yeah, y'all know my R6. If you watched my last video, you saw pretty much everything that I did to it and what all I plan to do. I do not know when some of those changes will be coming, but, stay tuned. They will come eventually. It's just having to wait on that money, that dough. So yeah, guys, appreciate your time, appreciate your patience. I know these last couple videos have been kind of at the last minute. Like I said, I do work a lot, and I was really slammed all week. But yeah, so that covers the first topic, was, what does CTR6 stand for? The next topic was sent from a friend of mine from back home in South Carolina. He asked me, how do I know what bike's for me? How do I choose a bike? Why did you choose the R6? Why not a Harley like the one you were looking at? And, to that, I really have to say it depends really on who you are as a person, what you like. It's all about, what's going to make you happy. Because if you don't like what you're riding, then, you're not going to ride. And that kind of defeats the purpose of having a bike. So, I would say, let's see. Whenever I went to go look at my bike, I was looking at the R6, the Gixxer 600, the Honda CBR 600 RR, and yeah, I don't even think I looked at the Kawasaki, but yeah, those were the main 3 that I narrowed it down to. Oh, and the Harley V-Rod. I really did want to get a Harley because, my dad rode Harleys, and I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'3", 200 and change, like 203, 205, somewhere in there. But yeah, so I felt like a Harley would be better suited for me, and I hopped on the bikes, and a couple of the guys were like, "Oh man, you're really big for that bike, this, that, and the other." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but this is what I want." So obviously, like I said, do something that you want, get something that you want, not what someone tells you, because no one, you're your own person. You know what you like, and yeah, so. The next thing that I can say is, whenever you go to look at a bike, hop on it. Ask if you can hop on it, and if you do have any riding experience, ask if you can test ride it, because there's no way you're really going to know how that bike feels, unless you ride it and unless you hop on it. You can sit on it, and that'll kind of give you the feel of it, but until you actually go out and ride it, then you're not really going to know, because, some bikes I've heard, take a while to break in, they form to your ass and all this other shit. So I want to say the Harley was a very comfortable bike. You can't really go wrong with a Harley. It's really laid back. It's it's a comfortable ride. It's not meant to be an aggressive style like a sport bike. So that's one thing that you can consider. Another thing that I would say consider is where you live, because if you live in an area where, I don't know, where there's a lot of dirt roads and whatnot, and it's real dirty and I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I just know that whenever I went to the beach the other day, that sand and like other sand from other places has stuck to my tires, and I'll start to spin in turns, and that's a pretty scary feeling. But I mean, I was used to it because I rode dirt for a little bit, but it was still enough to make me a little bit uneasy. So, definitely consider if you are in, like, say you're out in the backwoods, the country, out in the sticks and stuff, look at getting a dirt bike or a dual sport, because a dual sport, like a supermoto or something, you can actually take on on the road and off-road. So that could be something for you, because, there's some places that I wish I could go with my sport bike that I can only go with my dirt bike. And there's some places that have been where I'm just like, man, I really wish I had a sport bike and I had a dirt bike. So, I mean, that's one thing you also got to consider. Another thing to consider is your price range. Obviously, that's like a big thing for everybody, because obviously if you don't have the money, I mean, you can always go get a loan, but there's no guarantee that you'll get approved for said loan. But, so what do we get? We got comfort and money. Money was also another big thing. The Harley was like 15, 16 grand. This, it was retailing, I think, for like 12,000 or something like that. And I actually only ended up paying $10,071 because of South Carolina tax and tags. They hooked me up. They gave me a deal because I, had a guy who worked there, and he kind of hooked me up. So I was only paying, $9,700. Sounds weird, $9,700. Holy cow. But yeah, so I was only paying that much, and he hooked me up, because 12 grand down to 9.7, that's a pretty fair drop. So then after the $300 for South Carolina tax and tag, it went up to $10,071. But yeah, I mean, and I think I got a great deal on this bike. I definitely, looking back at it, in some ways I wish I would have gotten a used bike, because I wouldn't have had to do all this upgrading to it. It kind of already would have been done. But then again, I also wish that, I'm also glad that I did buy it new, because everything that I put on it, I put on there for a reason, because I liked it. And that's what really makes a bike unique is, what you do to it, what all you add on to it. Because you can buy, a used bike that has all these aftermarket parts. But if you don't like them, then you're going to want to change them, and that's, oh, misshift, wow, look at me. But, freaking, if you're just going to end up changing, then that's just going to be more money that you would have put into it anyway. You could have gotten a newer bike. So far, we've got comfort and price, and your area where you live. And, that's pretty much it. And, you just have to really know yourself, kind of be like, get something that catches your eye, because that really, in the end, as long as you like it, nothing else matters. So, because if you don't like your bike, like I said in the beginning, if you don't like your bike, you're not going to want to ride, and if you don't want to ride, then that kind of defeats the purpose of having a bike. So, Dylan, yeah, I'm not going to say your full name, because, whatever. But Dylan, I hope this helped you. That's kind of the guidelines that I used whenever I bought my bike. So I hope that helps you and helps any of you other guys that are, looking at getting a bike, either now or in the near future or in the late future or whatever. So hope that helped. And I know I said I was going to be going through Oceanside, but I'm kind of off to the side of Oceanside right now. So we're going to get there eventually. Kind of had to take a little side trip after I changed my oil. So yeah, believe it or not, I made a boo-boo whenever I was changing my oil. I forgot to put that bolt back in at the bottom of the oil tank. So I put the oil filter back on, and I started filling her up with oil, and next thing everybody's like, whoa, stop. Dumped like a half a fucking quart on the fucking ground, because it just went straight fucking through. So, yay, embarrassing. That's twice today I've embarrassed myself. First with the oil, and then with the misshift. Oh man, I'm a mess. Let's see. What else can I talk about today? Let's see. Oh, next weekend I am going to try and head down to San Diego and do a vlog down there for you guys. So y'all can kind of see some of the attractions, I guess, that, you know, Southern California has to offer. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'll try and do, guys. Since I can mainly motovlog on the weekend, say on the weekends I'll head by some, you know, nice place or some well-known place here in Southern California, and I'll do a vlog there for you guys. That way it's kind of like sightseeing for y'all that haven't been here, and for those of y'all that have been here, you can kind of relate, be like, oh yeah, I've been there before. So if you have been wanting to see California, I mean, hopefully I can give y'all at least a little taste of, you know, what's over here. So, let's see. Oh, I got a compliment today. Like, someone told me my helmet looked cool. I don't really know why that surprised me, but like, I totally was not expecting that. But yeah, so I do not know why getting a compliment on my helmet surprised me, but it did. I was, you know, coming back towards where I'm staying at, and they're like, oh man, dude, that's a badass helmet. Where'd you get it? I was like, online. So I do want to give props to Midshift and Downshift 83 for their little mohawk idea. I didn't use the full mohawk because I got the Ghost carbon, and it has that little symbol like right here on the back of the neck, or on the back of the head. I don't want to cover that up. So, I mean, I'm not going to say copycats or whatever you want, but, you know, yeah, I did kind of copy them. But, I mean, everyone kind of does it. I've seen worse copycats than I have. I mean, at least I got a different version of the variant. And what are you doing, person? You got your signal on, but you're not turning. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, guys. So if you remember me talking about California traffic and idiots here, then this is pretty much it. People are fucking retarded. As you can see, traffic's pretty bad. Well, this ain't nearly as bad as it has been, but it does get pretty bad over here. So, let's see. I'm heading towards Oceanside right now, but I'm a little ways away. Like I said, I kind of got carried away while I was freaking changing my oil. I've made a little detour. And like I said, guys, in my first video, I do believe that I mentioned lane splitting was legal in California. So this is just a little taste of what you guys can expect. Oh yeah, this is great right here. Woo! Just skip all the way to the front. I love it when that happens. Yeah, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this vlog. Send in some more questions, anything that you want me to talk about in my next videos or anything like that. Wow, I'm in 6th gear. Alright, but yeah, anything that you guys want me to talk about in the next video, you know, anything at all, go ahead and send me a message on Facebook or through YouTube, and I will get back to you, and I will answer it as soon as I can. Alright, thanks guys, hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I'll let you know whenever I get another one up. Later.